Design principle, question answer, design architecture. What is design pattern? Design pattern are the proven solution to common problem in a software design. First definition, and also in this definition, we can add they are not code, but the idea template how to structure your code. What is the meaning of the design pattern? First of all, we need to understand design pattern, then we can know about the category and their patterns, definition, and example. All these. This is the very simple PPT I created, and in this PPT, we can understand within 10 minutes all the 10 type of the design pattern with their categories. Right. So the definition is the design pattern is something like not any solution by which we can develop your code. This is the way by which we can develop our code and get the solution. And also this is the something by which we can structure our code. So this is the complete definition of the design pattern that that prove the solution to the common problem in the software design. Right. Whenever we write the code at that time, we find lots of problem. How we have to write this help us by the design pattern. So this is mainly three category. One is the creational, second one is structural, third is the behavioral. Creational is the in the creational there are the four types: singleton, factory, three types: singleton, factory, and abstract factory. In structure also there are three types: adapted, decoder, and facade. And behavioral there is a strategy, observer, command, and state. So what are the all three categories? What is the meaning of the creational, structure, and behavior? Creational design pattern is the way how we should create the object, right? And structure is something how we can structure our object and data. And third is the behavior. This is a combination of structure and creational, means object and data, how we can manage it and how we can behave between these two, means how we can map it, right? Now come to the one by one of the design pattern. One is a singleton design pattern. This is the part of the creational one. So singleton design pattern ensure you to only one instance of the class can exist. Right? For example, a government president, prime minister, only one leader at a time. Right? Everyone can access the same leader. Means if someone is asking about the prime minister, so everyone will call a single person name. Right? In our software field, if we will map this singleton design pattern, so we have a database connection which we create a single connection, and for single connection throughout the application same object we will access, right? Configuration setting, right? If any configuration we are doing like URL something or API URL, right? A key which is static, right? Or any folder location. So for these, what we will do, we can access a single object. So this is called the singleton design pattern. Another is the factory design pattern. Factory design pattern, in this we create the object without exposing the creational logic. We need to very concentrate about the factory pattern because factory pattern we use everywhere, and this is related to rest of the design pattern. So factory design pattern is something by which we can expose the logic, uh, means expose the object, but we will not expose the what the logic behind it. For example, whenever you create a payment, whenever you do go for the payment, you don't know what the written inside that. Only click the button and you get the payment, or you pay the payment to whom you want to pay, right? Same thing, whenever you order the pizza, you don't know who made it, from which shop it's coming, right? So this is something about the factory pattern. In factory pattern, always we access the objects, right? We don't know what the written inside, but yes, we know that the this object what it will do, right? Same thing once we come in the factory pattern with the abstract factory pattern. So factory patterns code once merged lots of factory patterns code in a single one, then it's called the abstract factory, right? For example, a BMW engine, BMW tire, right? These are the tire and engine. Both combination make it the factory pattern with abstract, right? We don't know what the how we can manufacture, and but we can implement it. We can use that card, right? And in that card, lots of different functionality are there. For example, gear, accelerator. We don't know what the logic behind in written in the accelerator, what the means how what, but we know the functionality of the accelerator, functionality of the gear, right? Same thing if you can come in the development area, then database provider, right? SQL, Oracle. We don't know what the written, but we know only the select star from the table and we get all the data. So this is something by which we can get all the things related to the data. Only one line query we have tried there, right? Also, we can give that the any UI component if we created, like any custom control we created. So lots of logic written inside that the custom control, right? But we don't know and we are not aware of it. But only we will implement or register that component, and after that we can use the functionality of that component. So this is the called of the abstract factor. Second one is the structural pattern. In structural pattern, we can how the class is structured. Earlier we are discussing about the object, now we are discussing about the classes. In the classes, one is the adapter pattern. Adapter pattern means allow the incompletable interface to work together. For example, power adapter, right? US plug or Indian socket. Adapter makes them a compatible. Getting not. Okay, I'm giving example. Old system integrated with the new system. We don't know what the way it is written, but yes, we can integrate this one to the new system. This is something about the adoptable. Means we are adopting the things from the old one to the new one. That is the also we can take the example of the third party library integration. So whenever third party library we integrate, this is also the called a adapter pattern, right? It's also look like the factory pattern, but not it's a factory pattern. What is the difference between factory pattern and adapter pattern? In factory pattern, we were accessing the object, where is adapter pattern, we are accessing the classes, right? And the old classes were there, and we are going to integrate that old classes with the new classes. So this is called the adapter pattern. To make them interviewer understand, you can say in very simple way, adapter pattern is compatible interface to work together. Means it allow to incompatible. Means two things which is not compatible, then we can make it a compatible using the adapter pattern. Right? And fifth one is the decoder pattern. What is the decoder pattern? Add extra behavior without modifying the class. This is something about the like adding encryption, adding compression, adding loggings. These are the extra functionality in the development area, right? We can easily, if we are going to create a registration form, so simply we can add the registration form. But if we will add loggings, encryption and compression, so this will enhance the functionality of the login, right? Means the functionality we want to achieve, that we can achieve without this. But once we will add this one, this will make or enhance the functionality, and we can more secure if we are using the encryption, right? We can means add logging so that we can trace the data as well, right? And compression means different functionality we can add them. That is called the decoder pattern. For example, coffee is coffee. Once we will add milk, it will enhance something in that coffee, right? Coffee plus sugar enhance the functionality of the coffee. Coffee with cream enhance the functionality of the coffee. But if we will not use milk, sugar, and cream, then it will also work. Means the functionality we have, that will be same. But once we will add something, that will enhance the extra functionality. Same is definition is saying add extra behavior without modifying the class, called decoder pattern. Six is the facade pattern. Facade pattern provides the simple interface to complex system. Right. Example: power button, power volume, internal or hidden. This is also look like a factory pattern in that we can expose, not expose the complexity, provide the essential feature. Right. In that we can also give the power button example, volume button, internal are hidden. Yes, but not it's because there where we are talking about the objects, and here what we are providing the interface, right? Like API gateway, service wrapper, right? This is called the facade pattern. Provide the simple interface to a complex system. Means the complex system if we have, then for that complex system, no one go inside that complex system. Only will provide the a simple interface for that system. It's called the facade pattern. Now behavioral pattern. Now object and class, how they can communicate. This we can know about the behavioral pattern. In the behavior pattern, one is the strategy pattern. If we coming from the starting from, so seventh one is the strategy pattern, right? So strategy pattern allows selecting an algorithm at any time. What is the meaning of that one? Car routes, walking routes, bike routes. Means at runtime we are selecting the algorithm, right? This is called the strategy pattern. For that, we can say example of the payment methods. During the transaction at the last moment, we select the payment mode. Yeah. So at runtime, whatever the algorithm we are going to select is called the strategy pattern, right? So allow selecting an algorithm at runtime is called strategy pattern. Observer pattern, one to many dependency. This is a very simple one. When one object change, other are notified. Example is the subscribe to channel. When the video is uploaded, notification set. Means if you have a channel and have 100 subscribers, and if channel owner upload a single video, then all the 100 subscriber will get the notification of that one. Is called the observer pattern. Means one to many, only one object will change, and one place object will change, and all the rest people will get the, all the rest object will get the notification. It's called the observer pattern. Also another example in the development field is the event handling, notification, stock market alerts. In stock market alerts, what happen, all the people who is related to that stock, our user will get the alert, right? Event handling, whenever any event occur, then we can get the notification of that. It's called the sub. Ninth is the command pattern. Command pattern encapsulate a request as an check. For example, TV remote button. Each button command power, volume, and channel. For example, encapsulate a request and an object. Undo, redo, menu action. Menu action, you can see all the request encapsulated a request to an object. mean encapsulating a request to object. uh, for example, a remote button, if you see, then all the functionality, only a remote up button, down button volumes are there. We don't know what the functionality is there, but yes, once we will press up button, we get the volume increase, right? Press the down button, we will get that the volume will be decrease, right? Same way in development field, you can see that the menu action. In the menu action, only we will click on that menu and it will redirect to your a page related to that page. So this is called the command pattern. State pattern, that object behavior change based on the state. This is a very simple by which in which we can understand basis of the state. For example, once you are going to order the items, at that time initial state, it's a order verify. Once order verifies, same order state will be changed, order processing, right? Once order process, then it will status will change, that order is going to deliver, right? And once the order deliver, then same status will change, order delivered, right? Same way, login state, before logging, no one is there, a guest user. Once we log in, the state is the logged user, right? And once same user logged out, then the state is logged out. So same object is there, but their behavior change based on their state. So this is the state pattern. Now all the pattern we studied, uh, we want to review all the things from here. This is the creational pattern, structure pattern, behavior pattern. Is a creational pattern. These are the three type structure pattern. There are three type, and behavior pattern. There are the four type of the patterns are there. Creational pattern, singleton pattern. One object throughout the application will traverse. For example, login button. For example, a connection string. Factory pattern, hide the complexity, provide the essential feature, is called the factory pattern. For example, remote button. For example, only object like, mm, for example, creating shape or payment method, right? Now, third one is the abstract factory. This is the combination of the factory of the fa- ab- fact combination of the factory of factories, right? Real life example like, you can use UI component, right? UI component who are Microsoft database provider, right? Called abstract factory. After that, we have a adapter pattern. Adapter pattern means old system need to integrate with a new system, right? Decoder pattern, adding some extra functionality. For example, login encryption, compression, right? Facade pattern. Facade pattern means something in which we can provide the simple interface in place of the complex system, right? Seventh one is the strategy pattern, allow selecting the algorithm at the runtime. For example, payment method, sorting algorithm, right? And Google Map is also example, car route, walking route, or bike route, right? It depend upon the runtime in which way we are using that method. Observer pattern, this is a notification type, one object, one to many object dependency, right? Another one is the command pattern, encapsulate a request into an object, right? Called each button of the command, power, volume channels, right? Redo, undo, menu action. State pattern, state will be changed based on the situation. Object behavior change based on the its state, right? A traffic light, red, green, stop, same light is there, but the color will change. Same way we can say the logging state or order online items. So order state will be changed different depend upon the situation. Some initial state order is confirming, after confirmed it will going to deliver, once delivered then order state is delivered, right? Same order, different states are there. So these are the all 10 type of the design pattern about the um, and they are divided in three category. One is the creational, structural, and behavior. Creational three: singleton, factory, and abstract. Factory: structure, adapter, decoder, facade. Behavior: strategy, observer, and command and state. In behavior there are four, and creational and structural there are three patterns are there. Hope everything you understood. I created that design pattern things very simple so that you can understand and at least you can tell to user interviewer in one line all the patterns with a simple example. Thank you.